Well, hi everybody. Yes, it is indeed that time. We're back. We're both. What is it? D4 damage, power to the people. The renegade masters are back once again. Anyway, yes, you may have noticed Gary's here and I'm here and together. And I think that's a wonderful thing. So we're going to chat about a couple of bits and pieces, but first and foremost, Gary, can you introduce yourself?
Thank you. Yes, I'm Gary Twining Rice. I've been in the industry for 37 years now. I've done everything from close protection, retail security, event security. I've worked in the NHS as a response officer, done hostile, you name it, I've done it in the security. The only thing I've never done is cyber security, and I've always said that's not my bag. But anyway, let's hand you back to Ian, and it's nice to see you after your holiday, Ian.
Off on my holidays? Why would you say that?
Well, neither one of us, we haven't been around for the last week, have we? So,
well, yeah. So yeah, I haven't been on my holidays, and this is one of the things that we're going to chitty chat. We're going to be chatty caddies about right now. A couple of chatty caddies talking to each other. Is finally, mate, we've got the website sorted. It's up. It's running.
boom.
And we're still bedding it in. We've still got a good week or two, well, a good few days to see what's broken, what's not broken, to make sure that everything works, whether it does work, doesn't work. So it'll be good. But do you want me to bring it up and sort of show you?
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. Got any screenshots for us there, Ian?
Oh, yeah. I just want to apologize, folks, if that sounded a little bit odd. Would you want me to show you it? We are talking about a website, people. It's important. This is an over 18 channel, I know, but we have things to do. Right.
Run VT then, Ian. Run VT.
Run VT. So there we go.
Look at
Guest
that.
Safety Officer Lobby Group. This is what we do. We seek to provide a voice for all the professional men and women, helping to facilitate the civilized enjoyment of guests visiting the events, hospitality, and leisure sector, otherwise known as the social economy. Got a donate button. It works. You've tried it out, and you, Gary?
I did. I donated £2.50 to the cause today,
yeah.
Which, as I said, I think that's all you're worth.
Yeah, but every little helps, as they say, as Tesco say, and I say, it all matters. But yes, we've got some interesting things. As you can see, this is what we're about. Getting GSO, guest safety officers, the recognition their professionalism deserves. I mean, you were on BBC the other week, weren't you, Gary?
You know I was in.
I do know.
And if you want, we can put the link at the bottom because it's still there for the next 10 weeks.
I think we should. I think that's a jolly good idea. But yes, this is what we do. Free. It's free as well, Gary.
Free. So
yeah.
What did I pay £2.50 in?
Sorry?
So what did I pay £2.50 for?
That's contribution. It's free. We need all the help that we can get. You don't have to pay for it. If you don't want, you can come along, join in, see what we've got to say, agree, disagree. That's the whole thing. But the most important thing, surely, is that we get the voice out there.
It certainly is.
That people can see what we're, can see that there is an alternative voice, that it isn't the security glitterati that have all the answers. It's not to say that we've got all the answers, but we've got a different view. But it's up to other people, isn't it, to make their minds up.
Yeah. Anyway, show us some more, Ian.
Yeah, so there we go. These are the kind of things that we're looking at. Training secured by our recommended awarding organization. Yeah. And I know that's what is our recommended organization, Gary? Have we got one? But that's the whole point, isn't it? Should we have one? That
Yes.
we go, and that's it. But and we can discuss the reasons for that, hopefully, on another show. But I definitely think we should only have one. As I said already, promoting GSOs at every opportunity and raising issues that affect public safety to secure a win-win for all. I think that's all good. Got to admit, I was quite pleased with this when I wrote it. You know, as GSOs, we have to step up and take the lead. We need to reshape perception of how we're viewed by the media and, more importantly, ourselves. For me, if we're not willing to respect, if we can't show ourselves respect, how can we ever expect anyone else to take us seriously? It's just a view. I don't know, Gary, you happy with that?
I am very happy with that. I like that hashtag, not a bouncer. That's so true, because we're no longer bouncers.
We're not. So yeah, coming weeks, we're going to put on some online events. I think, Gary, we were going to do like a little webinar or something.
We certainly are, Ian.
And so that hopefully people from around the country can join in and give their views, other than just listening to me and you trot on. Yeah, good looking as I am, it's not what people want. Yeah, you deserve better, to be honest.
Thank you.
Yeah, certainly better than me. So yeah, as ever, we keep saying, you'll notice there are a few donate buttons about. That's because we do need money. Do you know how much all of this costs, Gary? What do you reckon this?
You tell me, Ian.
Well, no, you said how much you thought the website cost.
I reckon a website like to cost something like this, Ian, would have cost a minimum of £2,000. I might be wrong. There's probably someone somewhere out there going, "Oh, I could have done it for £500." But if you were to get something in there, I reckon that was a minimum of £2,000 for saying to this level, maybe more.
Yeah. So although it obviously costs less because I did it myself, along with my little helper, Nusaiba, an intern, by the way, from the university, De Montfort University, and she has done a sterling job in helping me pull the final bits together. So that was good. But yeah, it's all the other bits, the software, all the other things. Are we going to get to events, do all of that? So yes, we do need money in order to be able to go and sit at the table, represent, talk to people. It is free, but we're not going to charge a monthly amount to get what basically you can get for free anywhere on the internet. We just curate it. We just pull it all together so that people working as guest safety officers and those who support them, help them, have got somewhere to go to find a point of contact where they can find a different and alternative opinion. Is that okay, Gary? Or am I just like crazy?
You are crazy, but yes, you're correct.
As I say. And that's it. Now, what you will see, we're a community interest company.
I think that's a very important thing to say there, Ian, and I think we need to explain that to our viewers, what actually a community interest company is.
Well, we're a not-for-profit company. And that is what we're not here to make money. We are here to help promote the views and ideas and needs of guest safety officers and those people who employ them, in order to create a safe and civilized environment, in order where people can go out and enjoy their leisure time. So as a community interest company, we don't get to keep any profits. If anything happens to the guest safety officer, if anything were to happen and we had to shut shop, all money that was in the bank would go to our chosen charity, which is the licensed trade charity, because they are the people that are most likely to carry on and do the work that we want them to do. Because there isn't anywhere, as far as I can see, where guest safety officers can go. Now, that doesn't mean we won't raise money or help to raise money or take part in other areas, but what it does mean is we know where the final pot is going to go, because everything runs its course at some point. As you know, it might happen next week, it could happen in 1,000 years from now, but at some point this will change. But yeah, so that's what we are, why we're a company interest company, because we're not for profit. Yeah,
100% in community interest company.
Yeah, that's what we are. Right, I'll quickly just chip through the rest of the bits and pieces now. So we have blogs, and the first one, a featured post for this month. You wrote this, Gary: why we must make guest safety officers the fourth emergency service. And you're spot on, mate.
Thank you, Ian.
But yeah, you've been there, you've seen it, you've been dealing with the police for, I think you've told me, is it 3,700 years? Sorry, 37 years. I keep forgetting. Since Roman times, anyway. You've been around. You know how important it is.
That's right.
What do you think will be one of the biggest headaches we're trying to get this to happen?
How do you mean, Ian? Sorry.
Well, do you think we'll get resistance, or do you think we'll get people will come on board, not from within, not from guest safety officers, but how do we, getting this taken forward?
How are we taking this forward? Well, doing what we're doing, Ian. We're putting ourselves out there. We've already gained vast exposure from what we're doing, for the guests we have on, for putting it out on social media, which we already do. We've got have we got an Instagram page up yet? We just got our Twitter.
We will have an Instagram page, right. Yeah.
So we've got our Twitter page up. Are we doing a Facebook page?
The reason I suppose I've not done one yet. We need help. We need good people to act as moderators to help keep the site in check, all the sites, because it's a lot of work to cover, and sadly you only need one person to misbehave or to be silly, and it will go wrong. And invariably you look at what our industry does, our sector does, there are going to be lots of people who are going to want to see us fail. That would be my view.
Of course, because we are a sector, but we don't agree with each other, and no one wants to work with each other. And it's a shame, really, but this is why we're here, and this is why we've set this up, Ian, because even if we don't agree with people, and as long as we're not letting our egos get too involved with each other or take over, we're trying to bring everything together so everyone can work together and everyone has to swallow their pride and think, yeah, if we don't start working together, we're not going to go forward. This is why we've been split up in so many different ways at the moment.
Yeah, you're spot on, mate. You're absolutely spot on. Throughout my time in the industry, one of the hardest things that I've sort of found is exactly that, you've got so many good, intelligent people working at every single level in, as guest safety officers, guest safety providers, and yet that ego prevents us from actually doing and achieving all that we can. Because in reality, Gary, we own the night, we own the day. Anywhere you go out and social, and socialize, somebody from our sector is there to help you.
That's right.
So that needs to be, I think, looked at. But there we go. So yes, so you can see, you're going to see a couple of these. There'll be some more posts coming out shortly. But that's it. Let's have a quick look now. Got podcasts. Oh, look, video gallery. And that may change. That might not look exactly like this. Depends what browser you're on, apparently. So I'm told from the people that we checked with first, it may come up differently. But basically, all the podcasts that we've done today, and this one will be added, obviously, will be there.
Cool. So all looks good, Ian.
Campaigns. Our campaign of the month, as I say, why there can be only one awarding organisation for guest safety officers. And again, this is a biggie of mine. I have my view, and to me, this is absolutely critical for guest safety and public safety, and for our safety, or not, obviously not for mine, Gary, because as we both know, I did a full hour once of working, and it was raining, if you recall, so I wasn't actually outside. But what's important on this is the fact that it's the legal liability issues that we face and that guest safety officers face, because they are not trained in a coherent and consistent manner, and far too many awarding organizations allow their training providers to dictate what's going on. Now that's harsh, but the impact, the safety impact, is equally harsh. So yeah, but it'll be a good debate, because
It will be.
it'll be interesting to see who suggests what, won't it?
Definitely.
But yeah, so as you see, we've got that. Supermarkets should pay for guest safety training. £600 million. Saying that was Morrison's made. 1.2 billion. Tesco's. Yeah, this is the money thing. What do they pay towards regulatory costs? Zilch. Nothing. And in fact, they get tax disparity. JD Weatherspoons also, they get a discount. They get paid less. So it's no wonder that we have organizations and venues are having to close down with all of the additional financial burdens that are placed upon them by the local authorities and licensing authorities. But we'll see. Next one, obviously, we've got harmonizing physical interventions. Again, and why business licensing is critical to the success. And these are our big campaigns that we'll be doing. Or what we do, put that at the end. Well, pretty much at the end. And again, that tells you what we're up to. Influence the influencers by providing evidence-based alternatives to the established groupthink. Because it's like every single organization, when you become a trade organization, you can't blame them. They get together, they've got some good ideas. They want to see their memberships grow. So they're going to do everything that they can to ensure that their members benefit, but that doesn't necessarily equate to what is actually workable and practical on the ground. What I did like about David Rubin's conversation that we had, do you remember that, was when David says that security is still an industry where you can actually start at the very bottom and build up and make, and make a career. What's that thing that you always say? What is it you say that we need? People need?
What do you mean?
What do they need? That
academic armor.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean by that is it's generally learning your skills in your trade. The more you can start learning, i.e., going on proper courses, legitimate courses, and building up your skill and knowledge base to make you a better security or guest safety officer, rather than just doing your basic SIA training, because that is your basic default 101. It doesn't go any further than that. So to experience and go further, you need to educate yourself more. People are doing their crowd management bits and pieces, or your crowd science, your level 3, your level 5. You're moving up the stages, getting diplomas. You're not just working on your basic stuff. You're continuous professional development, and you're maturing and going on to become that better security person. And that's why there is stuff out there like degrees in security now and bits and pieces. And there's people who just go straight into do security degrees and they've got no idea what they've actually done. I think the police service do a similar thing, and they have the
they do now, unfortunately.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. But yeah, it is the more academic armor you get behind you, the better security officer you will be. You've got more knowledge, more skill set, and understanding this. And it's funny enough, I had a conversation with someone over the weekend. Last weekend, they were working for me. They went, "Oh, I'm going to start my own business." And I went, "And you'll be another 1,000 person or 4,000, 3,000 business of trying to supply staff." I said, "What do you know about the security industry?" "Well, I've only been doing it 6 weeks, and now you want to do your own business. Why don't you start learning and understanding until you understand the job and learn each section of the job? Go to retail, understand how the retail works, do a nightclub." I mean, if anyone, as I advise this person, if you really want to know the nuts and bolts of any security, you need to work in a nightclub, because you'll deal with every walk of life, from the lowest level, from thefts to alcohol to drugs to first aid to fires. You will learn everything in that nightclub. That is probably the best foundation you'll ever have in anything, and then you can build up from that and go out.
I totally agree, and I think that what you've just finished. Yes, the academic armor is great, but you must always focus on the actual the practical sides, doing the job, knowing how to actually do what you said in reality, not in theory, because it's reality. Your abilities in reality, your skills in reality, which will save lives, not the theory. Not, "Oh, I saw this on a cartoon once, yeah, and Mr. Mouse said if I breathe 3 times down that, then he'll survive." Anyway, so again, usual. Now the other thing that we're adding on, the final bit really on here, is the forum. And we're setting up a forum. We're not quite sure how it's going to go yet. Gary, I'm still trying to work out how to do various bits on this. It will be up and running. And hopefully I can get it to work better than I can at the moment. But I don't know, it looks all right, doesn't it?
It looks good. It looks very good, Ian. I'm looking forward to moderating some of this stuff and having conversations with people here.
Yeah, it'll be nice, and to see what's going. And that is it. Moderators, please, yeah. Moderators, are you ready? Oh, sorry, no, is that gladiators? Oh, I'm old. I forget where I am. Sorry about that. So yes, moderators, please let us know if anybody wants to give us money. You can. I'll show you the form. I'm really pleased with this because, as Gary said, at the moment, one-time payment, and you can choose all the way up to other. You know, you would have thought that Gary would have thought, I'm going to give him all my money, being as I'm part of it. But no, I got £2.50. That was it, a miserable £2.50 thing. But you know, if a few of you can also chip in £2.50, it will help, and I'll be grateful. Will you be happy with that, guys?
I will be very happy with that.
All right, well, let's stop the old chair, get back on. What do you think to it all then?
I think it looks pretty good in. I'm looking forward to it. So when are we actually going live?
It is live. It's out there.
Live. So it's
Oh,
out there
yeah.
now?
It's out there right now.
So we can promote it from this day onwards.
Well, once we release this video, I think, because today, well, obviously, for those of you watching, this was previously recorded. It was yesterday. But if you look at it, you know, from that, we're just getting everything settled in. We're going to make mistakes. There's going to be a few bits and pieces that aren't right. And we know that. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of people only too willing to tell us where we've gone wrong. And I know there are people like that because I'm one of them. There's nothing I enjoy more than to point out where people have gone wrong.
Just out of interest, Ian, will we be doing any merchandising? I like guess officer t-shirts or some patches made out or anything like that?
Either Tiger Man.
I can see that. Are we selling Eye of the Tiger t-shirts?
Tiger. Well, no. I don't know whether we will. I'd like to think that we would do some kind of guest safety officer stuff. You know, it depends on how many people we get through, the kind of level of engagement, etc., etc. You know, and the difference. What I can say is whatever we do, because we're not for profit, and by that I'm not pretending in any way, shape, or form that that we don't have to pay out for resources, etc. But anything that would or potentially be considered a profit will be going into, you know, charitable causes that we, you know, will vote on. We will decide, we will ask the membership, right, we've got X amount of money. Do we want to do training, you know, violence against women training somewhere? You know, safer networks. What do we want to invite? What do we want to do? Shall we do something with Dawn? Shall we out with stamp out spiking? These are things that I believe that we can play an active part in, and we can actually contribute because it benefits guest safety officers. And yes, you know, we're going to provide resources in terms of, as we go along, how to be a professional guest safety officer. Because you know, where does it begin? It begins, you know, with the first step. This is Crew Gary, by the way, who's back off. Crew Gary is back to the gym for the first time in how long has it been?
5 months. 5
months since you had your TBI, yeah?
That's it. That's
a traumatic brain injury for those of you. Sure. So yeah, 5 months, and you're looking forward to. This is why I'm wearing the t-shirt. Yeah, tag man. Well, he goes out and does that. Yeah. Are you looking? What's the bit that you're looking forward to most?
Mobility.
Mobility.
Getting the body moving again. That's what I'm looking forward to. Getting that body moving again. Arms and legs moving properly. knees, elbows, everything working again.
Sounds like it could be a dance. Well,
It could well be.
hands, what is it? Head, hands, knees, and toes. I can't remember.
Maybe
Anyway,
the Ramoy.
the Ramoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I say I could have been. I could have done it easily. Right. Gary, final words.
Final words. Website's looking brilliant, Ian. Looking forward to, well, it is live. Looking forward to us getting plenty of members. As anyone says, please donate if you feel you want to assist us to try and take things further. And yeah, look forward to seeing some of you guys on the forum.
Yeah. Remember, it's all charity, folks. Charity. Do we have to pay? What is it now? Batman Turner Overdrive. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Not off, mate.
Yeah, not off. The only problem is there'll be a lot of GSO people out there going, oh, what are them two on about? Apologies for that. We might cut that out of the thing, but we might not. Meanwhile, peace out.